Fresh, freshy, flex. Fresh, fresh, freshy, flex. Fresh, Helmas, left. Kabit cafe breath.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my ways. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my ways. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Hello. Okay. I was looking for stuff. Okay, whatever. Okay. There was things I didn't have that I needed to get. Okay. So, but I was coming. Like, oh my goodness. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome back to your boy, the Sean Davy Way Show. Welcome. Again, as we always start the shows, justice for Shanquella and the Robinson family, prayers and positive energy being sent their way. So, yeah. So, as you see in the title, again, hello, everyone. Shanquella's last moments. We're going to rehash some of that. Nazeer Wiggins, suing Rihanna. I believe it's Rihanna. I keep saying Rihanna because the H right there, but I feel like the H is silent. Suing her for false SA charge. Oh my goodness. And I'm revisiting Nazeer's live that he did on IG. We're going to revisit that and compare it to, because we haven't done it over here, and compare it to the police report. Because I'm just like, well, this is really confusing. Again, like everything else about this, really confusing, but I want to rehash it with you guys because it's just like, why not? So we're going to do that, but we're going to speak in facts, okay? Is what we do. So shout out to, okay, there was a super sticker. Oh, get it. Boom. Shout out to Anita. She says, hi, Sean Miles in chat. Today is my birthday. And my fave going live definitely makes it a happy one. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Is a nigh. I hope I'm saying that right. Happy birthday, but this is not about you. You giving face in your picture and everything. Very beautiful. Thank you again for the super sticker. But girl, this ain't about you. This girl, this is not about you. What about this, say Sean? Girl, this is not about you. This is not about you. But happy birthday, girl. Y'all heard him say happy birthday to her. Y'all heard him say happy birthday to her. Y'all heard me say happy birthday. Oh, like, none of this about me. Like, I'm a Virgo. Like, none of this is about me. But happy birthday to you, girl. Girl, we're happy. It's your birthday. I hope it's a good one. So a way to make my show about you. But happy birthday, girl. That's how I say happy birthday. I'm just kidding. Happy birthday. I hope you're having a great day. Yay. See, here they go. This is why. See, look. Look. Look at that. Look at that. Nah, girl. Look. Now here they come. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, you said happy birthday? Oh, Sean. Oh, we said that's what we say that now. You said happy birthday to people. You was live on my whole birthday and say a piece of it to me. But that's what you doing now? Oh, you shouting out people birthdays? So happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday, everybody. Shout out to Danielle. She said, I'm so glad I found your picture. Amazing. Thank you. Only your coverage I trust, justice for Shanquella Robinson. Thank you so much, sweetie, for the super sticker, girl. All right, yes, happy birthday to Anna, girl. I hope I'm saying it right, Annie. Happy birthday, girl. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope it does wonderful. So gays and anybody else that got, but right, happy birthday to all the December people, because we ain't got time for it. We ain't got time for this. Happy birthday to all of y'all. If I missed it, I hope your day was wonderful. I hope it was absolutely wonderful. F Diabetes says yes, big Virgo. A big Virgo. So gays, so yeah, y'all tried it. I'm like, listen, but it's December, Lord. This is something they come here and talk about birthdays. Happy birthday, y'all. Love y'all. Now let's get into this commentary because y'all know people already be talking about me. So he just sit over there, repeat everything, and he take all day to get to the commentary. You know, all of that. So, are you mad, girl? Are you mad? So yeah, so let's get into this conversation. So, y'all, let's get into this person. Because some of y'all came in here like, who is Rehana? Who is Rihanna? Who is that? Sean, who's that? You just put people in your title. Boom, this is her. So, this is my girl Rihanna. She is beautiful. She is gorgeous. And she's the one who came forward with the story about Nazeer Wiggins. Okay. This is when she came forward, this woman right here. So to put face to the name, because her picture's all out there. Yeah. So it's no secret, who she is. But some people know who she is and some people don't. But that is her. And I'm gonna pull up this article about her so you can know what I'm talking about. So Nazeer Wiggins is one of the Cabo Six. Him, this one, the mouth runner, or him, the one that won't shut up. This one. He is being accused of certain things. Now, again, I have no idea if this is real. I mean, besides her stating it before, and there is an alleged police report from back in the day. Allegedly, I haven't seen it. So, but allegedly she filed a police report on this. So it's not like she's saying like, I'm not lying, because I've been saying this for years. My story has not changed. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into what she alleges. Again, this is the man, Nazeer Wiggins, the last person that was, one of the last people, I guess, that was with Shanquella Robinson. He says that she was alive, but from the information we've gathered, it was a high probability that she was deceased the entire time he was in contact with her on the Cabo trip. Shout out to Tapey Mom for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetie. So we're going to get right into that. Hey, Sean, so there's a fake account of you telling people to talk through Telegram, asking them for Bitcoin scam. Is there? I'll tell her account. I said, what's up, what's up? As long as they're using my government name, they can lie on my day anyway. That's fine. I can't control that. But yeah, that's unfortunate. Ooh, that's unfortunate. But no, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's unfortunate. So but yeah, is y'all hitting the like? Is the hitting the like, Lord? Will y'all tell me is y'all being nice to me or not by hitting the like? Because I'll go get Michael's cousin. So let's get into this article of Nazeer Wiggins, okay? So Nazeer Wiggins, our word story, what has Nazeer Wiggins done? Nazeer Wiggins, 25, who appeared on Instagram Live on Tuesday night to clear his name. And the case originated in Mexico, y'all. appears to be stuck with the walls of Jericho for the foreseeable future. Nazeer Wiggins' R-word story. Okay, it says people are not at all surprised that Nazeer is now being accused of R-wording with an ing a lady when they were both in high school, in addition to being implicated in the passing of a Charlotte woman. The woman who tweeted that Nazeer had R-worded her appeared astonished when she saw that he was making headlines for a black woman murder, as she put. She tweeted Nazeer's name just before 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday under the account at Rihanna WC, okay? Stating that he was essayed, that he had essayed her in high school, but that no one has taken her claim seriously. It is an unsuccessful attempt to clear his identity after being accused in the Mexico case. He turned to the internet, but his reputation is still bad in the streets of Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay, y'all. Mm-hmm. That's what they said. Now, I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this, Nazeer. Okay, Rihanna. I feel like it's Rihanna. I feel like the H is silent. She is saying this, and she's, and I'm gonna believe her because I ain't got no reason to not believe her. Make me believe in Nazeer. Make me. But hold on, because there was more said. Hold on, wait. There was more said. I'm coming over here because they was nosy. They was nosy and they made an article, so we're going to read it. So over here on the NCB, it says, woman that was R-worded by Nazeer Wiggins in high school. Okay? This is, now I'm doing this so we can get into the tweets of it all. Okay? So Rihanna, okay, here go her tweet. Yeah, this needs to go down. Thank you. Get off the screen. Let me make this bigger. Boom. Now look, she said Nazeer Wiggins was my R-word in high school and nobody believed me. Years later, he's wanted for participating in the murder of, she meant black, but it says black woman, okay? Believe us the first time, justice for Shanquella, hashtag Shanquella Robinson, all right? Now, where's Nazeer? Okay, right here. So it's not Nazeer, it's still her. So she says, but just know I stand on everything I said. 10, 17, 13, that man took pictures of me engaging in consensual acts with my then boyfriend and said, now you have to do this. Sorry, it's not funny. Now you have to do me or this is going viral, okay? Coercing and blackmailing me into acts with him and his friends. I did not consent, okay? This is what Rihanna said. She also said, my story has been the same since day one, okay? While they say contact was consensual, okay, contact was consensual, only to then go and say there was no contact. Twitter Archive, CMPD, and CMS still have the pictures, statements, and tweets and other information. So she is stating that she reported this, okay? This is not something that I've never spoke on before. Stop trying to make it seem like I didn't go to the police department with a whole report. I sent them tweets, pictures, all of that. Didn't nobody believe me. They didn't take my claim seriously. You were in sports, you were in college, all of this stuff. They didn't take my claim seriously, but don't make it seem like I never said this. Like I'm just saying this because of what you being involved with Shanquella. Like you tried it. Like she said, believe us the first time. Okay, is what she said. Now, and she also says, I stand on everything I said. You try to thank you, Miss Lady C, for the super sticker. She said, I stand on everything that I said. So she's has not taken her word back on what she said, because she said, I reported all of this. Like, you tried it. Like the PD, the police department, they got archives. Like, stop it. Let's not make it seem like on this day is when I reported it, on this day. So this is what she's saying. I'm just saying it is sad. It is sad. It's very sad. This is what she's saying. She said, again, these are her claims. I'm not going to take them away from her. I'm not going to call her a liar. What reason would I have to call her a liar? I don't know her to call her a liar. We've caught Nazeer in many lies, unlike this young lady, Rihanna. So again, who wants to clout chase off of trauma? I just don't feel like she wants to. I feel like she took it as a moment to where now I can be heard. You know, some victims take that as a projection. Like, I get to use this time to, when this is being discussed with this person being involved, to magnify my voice, you know, so that people can know what happened to me and you did it. Like, it still don't take that away, what you did to me. So I'm not taking that from her. I'm absolutely not. So people are stating, why was she, hold on, because it's Nazeer, okay, it's Nazeer. It's what happened there. Okay, hold on, because Nazeer tweeted, now I'm gonna have to find it. No, I'm gonna have to find it. I'm gonna have to find it. I think it's on Twitter. Nazeer had tweeted that he was not going to speak on this. He said that he had nothing to say. He basically posted the story and said that he was not going to respond or clear it up or anything like that. He didn't feel the need to because she was lying. So he I'm not clearing this up, you know, none of that. So don't even look for me to type of situation. I'm sure it's on here somewhere because I remember him posting it, because he posted it and said that he was not I'm not speaking to it because it's not true, is what Nazeer was saying. But I know it's somewhere on Twitter because he said it with his own mouth. Right here, boom, right here. So he reposts what she said about Nazeer Wiggins was my R word in high school, right? And then he says, believe what you want, I'm not clearing up a thing. This is him posting this, Nazeer. Okay? So he said he's not clearing it up. There's nothing for him to clear it, believe what you want type of situation. Well, then if that were true, then why are you in comments? Shout out to pettyblog.com. Shout out to pettyblog.com. Then why are you in comments stating that you're suing her for everything she owns in Washington? That's where the WC comes from in her name, and Anna in her, you know, he's basically trying to dox her right here. And says, Washington, yes, I love this for people. Please, people keep coming with lies and dumb-ish. Okay, and then someone replied and says, defamation of character like a MF. Okay, so again, he's suing her, you know, for everything she owns. Yet on Twitter, he stated that, well, not on Twitter, on his IG account, he stated that he wasn't clearing anything up. Which one is it? Pick a team. Pick a team. Which one is it? Which one is it? Are you not clearing it up, or are you filing a lawsuit? I find it mighty weird why you choose to file a lawsuit now when you could have done it years ago if you truly felt that she was defaming your character. She didn't just start doing it now because your name is actually known. You weren't relevant then. So I mean, your only relevance now is to get arrested. That's your only relevance. But why didn't you sue then? Like, why is she defaming your character now if she's been stating this for years? Like, I don't know. He has a business. He sells TVs and all type of other stuff and whatnot. He sells things. He sells things. Whatever. And him modeling for clothing lines with Khalil Cook, the fake best friend and whatnot. Your image would have already been being affected by, you know, this, you know, rumor, if you will. If it was so defaming, why wasn't it affecting you? It seems as if you're doing just fine, because it wasn't a widespread thing. Pretty much the people in your small circuit of North Carolina knew. So it seems as if it wasn't a big deal because only this many people, you know, small proportion of the world knew said information. Now, again, it could be projected, you know, to where like a lot of people, you know, can find out this information. So now it's damaging. It should have always been damaging. if it was false. I believe that her claims are real. I don't think that what she's stating is to, I don't know, clout chase. Like, I just don't feel like this is a clout chase. Again, I feel that he's stating things like this now. Shout out again to Petsy Blog. They have a YouTube channel and a website. Shout out to them. Yeah, so he says, I'm suing her for everything she owns in Washington. Yes, I love this for people. Please, people, keep coming with lies and dumb-ish. So now he's planning on suing alleged woman after, he just posted him stating that he wasn't clearing anything up. Now it looks like he's clearing things up. Okay. And now that he's clearing things up, he's also alluding to her Twitter being gone because of because of her lying. She deleted her Twitter, once he said that he's going to sue. Now she deleted her Twitter because of him. Not now because he's going to sue her. Now I have to delete my Twitter and all of that, although this is everywhere. Many people have shared it. It's in plenty of videos, plenty of websites, plenty of blogs. It's everywhere with this information. So it's no secret, at least not anymore. But they're stating, Nazeer and his people, pretty much, that she deleted her Twitter because she was lying. I don't feel that that is true at all, because her Twitter is, from what I gather, gone. But right here is her Twitter, right? Let me pull this, make this bigger. This is her Twitter, okay? This person, which I think is Nazeer, or one of his trolls, replying to this person says, judging by the fact that she blocked me when I called BS on her lie, I would say my point was proven. Okay, by this person coming and harassing this girl and telling her that her story is a lot, basically calling her out, on her trauma. You're lying. So she blocks them for it, but that Twitter account is not active. It's not an active account right now. So I don't know if she just privated it, put it, hit it or deactivated it, or I don't know. But when you got people coming in your DMs saying stuff like this to you, I would probably get rid of my social media too. She's not a content creator or anything like that. She clearly blocks this person, as you see, Rihanna _WC. That is her Twitter, and she's blocking people from coming in there and stating this. Now, the thing I say pay attention to is that it was in 2019. So with this being in 2019, my question is, obviously they're referring to the Nazeer story, is from what I'm gathering. That's why I said I feel like it's like Nazeer or like a troll of his, because this is 2019. The situation with Shanquella happened in 2022. So if she was making this up, if she was clout chasing, and whatnot off the situation, then why have people questioned her about it in the past if she didn't make any allegation at all? Is what confuses me. So I'm just like, well, clearly this isn't new news. This is new to us. From what it is seeming, it's new to us. But these people knew already. There was other people questioning her, but it wasn't like a lot of people. So that's why I said it was a small town type of, only certain people knew about it, situation, because he was never formally charged, with anything. So it's more so of speculation and a report, because there was a report made. But again, no incarceration, no arrests or charges came of it, and she stated that nothing was done because she felt like they didn't take her coming forward stating what happened to her seriously. And there's plenty of women and men too that aren't taken seriously when they come forward with claims. They're looked, especially blacks, we looked at as fast, and most of us wanted it. You shouldn't have been there. You was hanging around a bunch of people older than you and all of that. You shouldn't have that. So there's more shame that comes with it than defense. So, and we have people that are extremely cooperative with certain things too. That makes things a little harder, too, because if they go to him and question him about these things, and he just tries to make it seem like girlfriend scorned, they ain't got nothing to do with me. She, you know, blah, blah, blah. But being cooperative, I mean, there's not much without a certain type of evidence. There's not much that they could do. So again, I could see those claims falling onto deaf ears, which is unfortunate. Because here she is in 2022, still stating the same thing. So again, if people want to call her a liar, go right ahead. I'm not going to call her a liar because I have no idea. I don't know. But I do know that Nazeer wants to sue her now. So I don't feel like this is something new. I feel like he's going to state from the first time she stated that anything happened, which let me pull this back up. She dated it right here. 10/17/13 is when she stated that it happened. She said it happened in 2013 is when it happened. So I don't know. Again, the woman has not come forward and stated anything about lying and changing her story, mixing up other things. She didn't. Her story's the same. And with those, from what I'm getting, the archives, if you pull up the archives from that police report, I'm sure she's telling the same story. From what I'm gathering, every dog has its day. So Nazeer, this could be like that literal karma. Oh, you thought you was getting away with this? Oh no. Oh no. It may have took 8-9 years, but it comes back. So hey, I don't know. He needs to correct that, but him just coming forward threatening to sue, I don't feel like that's going to fix anything. I don't feel like that's going to solve anything. It's not making you seem as if you are a truth teller because you're saying that you're going to sue her. Okay. Sue her. All right. I'd love to see these dates that you're going to say that she's been defaming your character from, because I would hate to think that you're suing her because she's been defaming you since October of 2022. Weird. That would be weird. So I'm sure that date is going to go back to at least 2013 that she's been stating this. So again, that makes it look worse. That makes it look worse. That's not going to make you be clearing something up. It's like, no, so she's been saying this. Oh, okay. She's been saying this for quite some time. So we'll see. We will see, but I feel like he should be hiring attorneys for other reasons, but for some reason he feels like hiring an attorney because of this alleged allegation that he said he was not clearing up, that he wanted nothing to do with. So on Twitter, I was looking around. That's all I have to say about that. Like, again, I'm not about to make up things and allegations and stuff like that. I don't believe in those things that make a story 10 times more salacious than what it has to be. No, he's acknowledged the fact that he wants to do something about this Rihanna woman, alleged victim, that is stating that he is her abuser. That it's as simple as that, that he responded. He feels like his character is being defamed because she's lying, and he would have to prove that. It's that simple. You got proof she's lying. From that report alone, that gives her enough, merit, I feel, to state this out loud. Because again, it is something that was reported. It didn't go unreported. So that's a receipt for me. To me, that's a receipt. That's enough for me to be like, okay. All right, you filed a police report, you called the police and told the police what happened to you. That's good enough for me to state that this was serious. It had to have been for you to get certain people involved. If this was just a lie. And again, why wasn't she trying to get anybody else in trouble? Like, why wasn't she trying to do that to anyone? Like, why is it you? Like, she pinpoints you but names other people. So it would be easy for her to deflect. She didn't deflect. She knows how and why that happened to her, and you were it. That's what she's stating, Rihanna. I know what happened to me. I know. And these people were involved because of you. All of these people took your lead and what you told them to do to me and what you did yourself. All of you. Like, cut it out. Like, stop it. You're not going to make me forget it because you don't want to remember it. Like, you tried it. So yeah, it just is what it is. I'm not going to take that away from her. I'm not. If Nazeer feels that she's telling a lie again, he can take care of this. This between him and these weird fans that he's starting to get. That's between them. So this is in really small print. I didn't even know. Wow. This is in really small print. So there is a post here of what Nazeer stated inside of the video that went around with him and about him stating what happened when he got to the B&B with Shanquella. Okay. With that video going around, I had completely forgot about the police report. So while listening to the video, I was like, well, this is weird because a lot of things that are in the police report, he's not mentioning. Okay. He stated all of this stuff again, and we should just listen to it. We'll just listen to it. He states all of these things in the police report, but nope, states none of the stuff that, well, not the police report, I should say. He states all the things that should have been in the police report, but he never states a lot of the stuff that the doctor stated. The doctor said the reason the police was called is because Shanquella seized. Nazeer never said anything about Shanquella having a seizure in front of him. He never said anything about that. He did not. There's a lot of stuff that he didn't say. So let's get into, let me just pull it. I believe the video, I hope I saw it. I think this one might be it. Yes, it's 5 minutes, so it's the longer one. So we're going to listen to him, and then I'm going to pull up this police report. I'm going to be reading the police report actually while he's talking, and I'm going to point out the things that he's not saying, okay, as that happens, okay? So let's listen to.
Just don't understand why y'all don't have everything. Y'all don't have timestamps. I didn't sign that guest list. First of all, oh yeah, the guest list that my name is on. Go try to find my signature. Hold on, where's my ID? Oh, fact. My ID. Is my signature on here? That's my passport. Anyway, I don't know. My signature not on there. What's somewhere in there? But I didn't sign it. And the only reason why my name was on there because you had to have your name on the list to get past the gate. If your name wasn't on the list, they would not let you up to your villa. So they signed my name, they printed my name, and signed my name, which is not my signature or my print. That's the only reason why I'm on that list. That's the reason why I don't have a phone number there. That's the reason why there's not my fucking shit on there. That's the reason why I'm the last one on there. Like, come on, bro. I gotta make shit make sense, bro. Do your own research. Stop listening to that bozo. Like, come on, bro. I was really tripping, bro. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense for me to keep my page public and I did something. It don't make no sense for me to keep trying to live my life and move past this and I did something. Nothing is eating me alive. I don't know. I didn't know. Nothing is killing me. Nothing is hurting me and breaking my heart, goddamn, that I had to goddamn go hide. Because I didn't do anything. I walked into something stupid. And I really wish a flight got canceled, blew up. I don't give a fuck. Don't send me there. I don't know. I can't question God's plan, but he has a way. He has a way, and I'm telling you, I'm putting it in all of his hands. I'm not worried about nothing. You, him, or her got to say. I'll tell you that. And I'm only clearing my name one time. If you feel it's clear or it's not, that's on you. Stop commenting on my family shit, mentioning my mama and all that, bro. Y'all are weird. Because the same way y'all can find my info, I can find y'all. But y'all hide behind fake pages and stuff. Like, come on, bro. Everybody's stuff on the internet, bro. Y'all got to stop. Y'all got to be smart. Everybody got families. Everybody got families. This shit way deeper than what y'all think it is, bro. It's really way deeper than what y'all think it is. I'm just gonna leave it at that, bro. Take what you want to take out of this. Like, I don't know. I don't know if y'all thought me getting on Instagram and crying was to help me. I was genuinely heartbroken that I went into a house to see a friend that I knew for 9 years unresponsive, on vacation, 2,000 miles away, in another country. It makes no sense.
What makes no sense, him saying that he came to her unresponsive. Okay. If you came to her unresponsive, why did you keep saying certain things for her to respond? If a person is unresponsive, then they are not going to respond. I feel that you keep saying unresponsive to protect yourself, because you don't know if she was alive or gone. Now, I feel like a lot of stuff you don't know what's what. So to protect yourself, because I feel he knew she wasn't alive. I feel that way. I do. I feel that he knew that she wasn't alive. They told him, so he's not innocent. He feels since he's innocent of the actual crime that happened to Shanquella, he wasn't there. He wasn't taking pictures or videos or anything like that. So whatever was going down, I'm not responsible for that. But here's the thing. From what it's giving, this was allegedly premeditated. So if it was premeditated for her to be attacked when she got there, you knew that. Now, for her life to be taken, no, that probably wasn't on the agenda. It probably was not. I don't feel that way due to her injury. I feel like in the incident or whatever happened to her, I don't think it was purposeful, but it's the aggression behind it. What was happening to her was. So again, you got to be careful when you put your hands on somebody. Your intent may be just to hurt them or harm them temporarily, but it could be permanent. It absolutely can. So you got to be careful when you're out here putting your hands on people. You got to know your, because some people don't know their own strength, you know. And Shanquella was a very little petite little thing, you know, easily broken, fragile, you know. And that girl, y'all saw that video. Y'all saw how she did her. So yeah, you got to be careful. And again, like I said, it may not have been intentional to take her life, but that happened. That's a fact. You know, that still happened. So again, I do feel that if everybody else allegedly knew about something premeditated, allegedly, I don't know if that's true, but that's what's being pushed, is that there may have been an agenda against Shanquella before they got there. I believe he knew. I do. I think everybody knew. If her best friend is standing there recording this, standing there witnessing it, who is Nazeer? Why would we trust any of them? All of y'all, all the people that were there stood around. So Nazeer, if you were there, you would have stood around too. You can't convince me otherwise, because there was too many other people there for no one to have done something if that was not planned. So for nobody not doing something and everybody just standing around, you know, and whatnot, and in some way, shape, or form, it was planned. It had to be, because nobody did anything. So why? Why did nobody step in while that was happening? Nobody. Premeditated is what it's giving. It's not giving this just happened out of nowhere, because if it just happened out of nowhere, it gives people more intent to break it up. You know, because it's just sort of like, oh, what is y'all doing? Like, oh, what, no, you know. But if everybody's just standing there like, it's deliberate, that's what it's giving. So if Nazeer was there, why would you have done anything? Nobody else did. So you would have stood there too. Like, stop it. Whatever the plan was, you are part of it. All of you were. You know, y'all knew what was up. Again, now, you're not about to convince me otherwise, because you sound stupid. You sound stupid. Like, you just don't even sound right. And if you knew that, again, Shanquella was unresponsive, and you're talking to someone, wanting them to respond to you, knowing they can't respond, and at one point in time in this video, does Nazeer state, Shanquella moved, especially on her own. Never at one point in time did he say she stood up from out of the game room and walked into this room. She did not one point. So it's like, how is she getting around if she's unresponsive? Unresponsive people don't walk. They don't talk. They don't do none of that. The most they do is breathe. That's the most the unresponsive person is doing, if they're doing that. Because a lot of times being unresponsive, you're not breathing either. Heart is no longer beating. So I just find that weird. And he, again, not one time in this video did he state that Shanquella moved, like on her own, spoke to him. Not one time. That's giving deceased. That's not giving injury. Like she just, no, that doesn't make any, because he keeps saying she was unresponsive. I didn't know I was gonna come to my unresponsive friend. Then why are you expecting responses from her? You should have known something was wrong, her not responding at all. A person of 9 years sitting here ignoring you. You don't find that weird? And they just telling you it's alcohol? Okay, but what alcohol got to do with her? She still know who I am. It's been 9 whole years. Why she ain't speaking, talking nothing? Why she sitting over there with them sunglasses on? They Uncle Bernie that girl. That's what happened. Because Nazeer stated that they told him that the maids found her slumped over the toilet. When he got there, she was not in the bathroom. She was not slumped over a toilet. So that means she was moved. So whoever placed her allegedly in this game room placed her there to make it seem as if she was conscious at some point. She in their sleep type of situation. Because I don't get it. Because who put her there? Because nobody states her, not even the doctor. The doctor never stated that Shanquella walked, that Shanquella talked, that none of that. None of it. So keep that in mind. Like when you're listening, I'm like, again, this doesn't make any sense, but go off.
It makes no sense for me to come late to put myself in this predicament. It makes no sense. Why would I do? Going out of town to be a possibly accessory or anything, that makes no sense. I'm going home. I'm a smart nigga. I have a degree. I graduated. Nigga, like, but it makes no sense. I gotta put stuff together, bro. I gotta stop believing everything off the internet, bro. I could tell. I told y'all, that's not him. That's not Nazeer. That's not him. He wouldn't do that. He would have stopped that. He would have told them, y'all better come on now. Get y'all fucking act together. And that's the reason why I probably didn't know.
That's the same reason you did know. Because again, Khalil is her best friend. Khalil is her best friend. So if her best friend stood there, so would you have. Like, you wouldn't have broke that up. Broke it up for what? All of y'all would have been grouped together. The only reason you went back there in that group with them is because you simply weren't there yet. That's it. When Shanquella was walking around the house, looking for everybody, and it was isolating her, you would have been right back there with them. You would have been right back there with them. That is it. But they did low-key set him up when he got there. They did. They did. I feel like he knew certain stuff, but he didn't know that she was gone. He didn't know that. That's something that he walked into, is how I feel. And they didn't give him the heads up right away. Because the tables was already turned and the maid done found her already, because they didn't want to be the one to have found her. They wanted somebody else to do. I feel like that's why they all left, because the maid said it wasn't nobody there. It wasn't nobody there. So they all propped that girl up on that toilet and probably left the bathroom door open and things like that. And they left out of there so that somebody else could find her, so that they could look as if they had no involvement. Like, oh, we didn't even know. You know, we were out and about, blah, blah, blah. You know, when we left, she was in the bed. She was in there in her bed. You know, when we left, I don't know. You know, it's like the vibe they was trying to give, instead of being the one to actually call and let somebody know what happened. It's just like, nah, let's just leave. And that's what they did. So they abandoned her multiple times. They abandoned her. So because they had to get their story together. So when they left, that's all they talked about. How could you not, y'all, all of y'all leave? This is what's being discussed. It has to be. What else would you be talking about? If you and your friends had just witnessed what just happened with her, what would y'all talk about? If y'all leave, y'all not about to go shopping. Y'all don't want to eat. You might want to drink. You might want to do that. That's about it. But you're going to be sick to your stomach. You're going to be sick to your stomach. You know? So again, y'all went and try to get y'all story together, you know, and whatnot. And then the maids, whoever came and found one of y'all. And y'all already knew what was up. The surprise look, oh, she's just sick. When the maid felt completely different. The maid like, no, that ain't sick, girl. No, her body hardening. And no, she beyond sick. You know, there's something else wrong. Is what's going on in there, because the maid stated that her body was hard to the touch. The maid said that, not me. I didn't say. So again, multiple people knew what was going on and it wasn't being reported. And I just find that crazy. A lot of people dropped the ball. But Nazeer was alerted of what was going on. Now, may not be entirely, may not, again, like I said, I believe, in my opinion, that whole time they lied to Nazeer about the alcohol. I don't think he had any clue about what actually happened to her. Now, her getting into a fight, yes, I believe he knew that. I believe he knew that. I don't believe he knew that she passed away from it, but I do think he knew about the fight. Nazeer, you knew about the fight. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. They're not about to just blindside you. You were in contact with these people, you know, and stuff like that. They told you about the fight. They told you about the fight. You know about the fight. So, now I don't think he knew that she passed from it, like her life was ended due to it. I don't think he knew that. I think that he knew about the fight, but they said that, you know, she got drunk. So he probably thinking that she got drunk after the fight, you know, and whatnot. And now she got alcohol poisoning, you know, something like that. I think that they did lie to him. I do. I think all of them lied to Nazeer. And I feel like that is why Nazeer came and spoke. That's why because he hurt. That y'all really set me up for the okie doke. Y'all really had me thinking it was liquor. For real? Y'all couldn't tell me that fight did that to her? Honestly, I feel like that's why he the only one that like came forward with his face. This is me saying what happened, because he feels blindsided by all of them, you know, and whatnot. I feel like they lied to him, to his face, and told to him that it was alcohol poisoning. Mm-hmm. I do believe that. They did it with the family. Why wouldn't they do it with him? He wasn't there. He didn't see exactly what happened and how she lost her life. So they're going to keep it that way. I don't feel like they even discussed something like that over the phone. No, I don't feel like they told him over the phone like she passed away. No, I feel like they wanted to keep him in the dark, just like everybody else. If you don't know, you don't need to know, type of situation. So yes, I do think that they lied to him. And he found out about that video. He saw that video just like everybody else, and that really, like, it hit him like a ton of bricks. Like, y'all really lied, you know, and told me, you know, whatnot. But he knew other stuff. He knew about the fight, all of that stuff. Now he's just trying to make it seem like I had no. Yes, you did. You knew what was up. You know a lot more than you are willing to state, because since you are innocent of being there while all of that stuff was going on and whatnot, you feel like your hands should just be clean. I shouldn't have to deal with this at all. You know, there should be no repercussion that comes to me because they did that. They the ones that's actually dirty. And that's why he keeps pushing that energy. Coming forward talking about Winter, coming forward talking about Khalil, you know, when I saying how they backstabbers, and if he would have known what he knew now, you know, type of situation. That's why, because I do feel that way. I feel that they lied. I do. But he knew enough. He knew enough. He did. He knew enough to where people could question it. And instead, he said nothing, because Salamandra even asked those people when they came to her house, Winter, Malik, and Dejanay, if there was any physical altercation. And they all said no. Nazeer could have talked to Salamandra and told Salamandra the truth. He could have told her what happened. He could have told her what he witnessed, and he did not. He didn't do none of those things. Instead, came back and was radio silent, and so was Malik. Both of them. But they want to, especially Nazeer, want to act like he's so torn up. Torn up about what? Torn up about what? Because if you were, you would make sure that this girl got justice. And instead of doing that, you worried about protecting you, protecting yourself. So that's why all of y'all need to go down. All of you. You too. You, because you were an accessory. Whether you want to be or not, you're an accessory. And with there being 2 different death times for her, basically, you were witness to one of them. You was there for one of them. But you want to make it seem as if you had no involvement. Yes, you do. Like, don't get me wrong. You may not have had involvement with what they did directly, you know, or her life being ended and stuff like that. No, you weren't even present, you know. So, yeah, I agree with you. When he was on flights and stuff that day, you know, so he couldn't have been controlling too much from afar. So, yeah, I agree that a lot of that stuff he was ignorant to and just ran with their story because this is what they're saying. He didn't have anything else to go off of. He wasn't there. He didn't see, you know, anything else happening to her. Because why would he think, and me too, because think about this too. Say you didn't know that Shanquella passed away, right? Say you didn't know she passed away. And somebody sent you the altercation that happened between her and Dejanay. You wouldn't watch that video and think that she passed. You wouldn't think that. You would think like, oh, dang, they got into a fight. You know, that's what most people would think. Not like, I hope she's still alive, you know, type of situation. Watching that, you would see that, okay, that's unfortunate that she had to fight someone that doesn't want to, you know, but again, you know, it's nothing to really like, let me call the police because I feel like she may be injured, or, you know, or something like it's nothing, you know, it's just we're kind of immune, you know, to saying, you know, because we've seen a lot of fights, you know, on social media, on the internet in general. So if somebody sent that to him and he saw that, and then he got there and she was in a state that she was in, I, even myself, would not connect those together. I wouldn't. I would not think like, oh, well, this is because she got into it with old girl. Like, I would not think that. I would have thought one of the men did something to her before one of the women, honestly. If they're just like, she's unresponsive, she's not this, she's not that. I'm like, no, what happened to her? Oh, no, Lord. No. God, no. What did y'all do to her? What you do to her? Like, instantly. I'm going to think so, because I'm just like, no, this just don't make sense to me. Like, what happened? You know, like, where all this liquor that y'all was drinking to where she got like that anyway? Like, I'm just going to have questions, you know, just in general. And if the answers don't make sense, then I'm having more questions. I mean, I don't know about you, but that's how I get down. I'm just going to have more questions about what's going on. So, again, good question. Who dressed her? Who moved her? I think they did it collectively. I do, and I think the women dressed her. Because I don't know, I feel like Khalil is freaking out. Shout out to the only Latina. She said, if it wasn't planned, you don't have your camera ready. Also, human nature is to break it up. Correct. Wasn't planned, you wouldn't think to post it. And that's another great point. What you're stating, you wouldn't have your camera ready. With them being camera ready, that's another indicator. You know, there's nothing accidental about this. This is deliberate. And with all of these people recording it and watching it instead of breaking it up, that is intentional. Because there's too many people standing in this room. One is too many. Because all it takes is one person to break up an incident. It don't take a group. You know, the majority of the time, all it takes is one person. So for all of them to do nothing, even encourage the girl in the video to fight, when she clearly does not. She even states no. And that's really what broke my heart, honestly, in the video, to where really just set me on like to flames, is her saying no. It's like, why would you? What is this for? This is getting really personal for all of y'all to watch this. That means all of you want it. It's human nature to want, especially, I mean, if you got a good heart, and you don't like to see people hurting each other. Friends, number one, because remember, these are people that went to high school, college, you know, and whatnot together. So you really don't want to see friends, you know, get into that type of altercation. So even, you know, that's more reason to break it up. That's more reason to break it up. And nobody broke it up. So to say that that was, because I don't feel like something happened. Something could have happened the night before, but again, I still feel like people will find any little thing. Thank you, the only Latina. They will find any little thing to try and go after her. No, I agree. Afrobeatnik, she says that was no fight. That was an attack. It was an attack. I could not agree more with that. I do believe that. I think they woke her up out of her sleep. Just no one really can convince me of anything other. Because I do feel like if she wanted to square up, she would have threw some clothes on real quick. Well, most women, even the ones that do sleep in the buff, in the nude, they're gonna throw some clothes on real quick, even if it's just a quick shirt and some shorts or something. They're gonna throw some clothes real quick, you know, when they want to combat, you know, a person. That they're most women aren't gonna want to get into a physical altercation in the nude. So I do feel like that gives attack. It definitely does. Because if you're giving a person the option to defend themselves, then you have to give them the option to want to engage you. It don't sound like Shanquella engaged anyone. It doesn't sound like that. So you can't force someone to combat you. If they do, they do. And if they don't, then that means you're attacking them. This is not a fight. This is an attack. 100%. If you go somewhere to somebody's house right now and you just go in, and that's attacking. You are attacking them. They came into her room. So that's an attack. Because they're not somewhere to where they couldn't avoid each other. She in her room, door shut. She's bothering no one. So for you to go open that girl door in her slumber, in the nude, and drag her out of that bed is attacking her. That is no fight. That's not what I call a fight. That's not a fight. That's an attack. You absolutely attack. So I agree, and I think that that's why they stated direct attack, because it was. Everything about that is intentional. Now her passing away may not be intentional, but the attack was, and it resulted in that. So again, that's pretty evil. That's a very easy thing. You're right, these are alleged friends, but if the family and her other friends said that Khalil was her best friend, then he was. He was. When relationships change, when that switch is flipped, you don't know until you know. And that's why I said it was a poor thing, you know, with Shanquella, because she's finding all of these things out within that moment. Whatever else she found out, she also found out that Khalil is not my friend. She's finding this out in front of us. Like, we watched her find out that her best friend was no longer her friend. Like, people, we gotta understand that. You know, there's no way that relationship, God rest Shanquella's soul, but there's no way that friendship would have been the same after that. There's no way. No way. I don't feel that Shanquella would have had any dealings with these people ever again. Ever again. And I feel like from what she gives, she was a forgiving person, but I don't think that she would have forgiven Khalil for this. I don't think so. I don't feel it, because I wouldn't have. I'm just saying my opinion. I would, like, how do you forgive that? Like, poor girl. Poor girl. Because that is heartbreaking. You know, to find out that this person that I love and would do anything for, literally on this trip because I will do anything for him, is allowing these things to happen to me. Like, that is very heartbreaking. So I'm sure there's no way she didn't feel like Khalil was her best friend. She did. She did. But you don't know until you know. And she found out at couldn't have been the worst time. of finding that out. So again, she passed away with a broken heart, is how I feel. Khalil broke her heart that day. He did. And that's why, and I hope the guilt just keeps him from sleep for weeks and years, Lord. Because she had to have him sitting there telling her, his last words to her basically is, can you fight back? I want him to eat those words. And I want him to eat her saying, no. When it was your time to step in as her friend, if you had any shred of love for her ever, you would have stepped in when she said no. See if she didn't answer. She said no. And you did nothing. You just watched. That is crazy to me. Crazy. Sounds very personal. I'm not going to say she literally did something to him, but he was feeling some type of way, clearly. He had to have been, because that was, again, her best friend. Why would she think her best friend going to do her like that? Like, it makes everybody, this is why another thing I think the situation is so big, because it makes everybody question their friends. Everybody be making you look, you be super side-eyeing your friends. You just be like, because I don't know. Because if this what friends doing now, I guess I don't need none. Like, I'm already cool by myself. Like, she could be anybody. And no matter what age you are, anybody could go through this with a collective group of friends. You just never know. There's plenty of people plotting your downfall right now. They're not going to tell you. You're not going to know until you know. It's that simple. And that's why it be so heartbreaking, because most people don't want to see it. So there be signs, and we'll overlook them because we like that person. So we'll give them passes. We'll let them do certain things that we wouldn't let other people do. We'll let them say certain things that we won't let other people say. So again, that's why I hit you like a ton of bricks, because you've been doing your hardest to avoid it. Because then as soon as you know, that's when the ton of bricks comes in, because then all of the things that you gave passes for, they just start to just tumble on top of you. Like, I should have cut you off when this. I should stop talking to you when this happened. I should have said this. So, you know, and then all of that starts going through your mind, you know. So that's what makes this so hard. So I'm sure this girl's sitting here in this altercation with this girl, pounding on her, all of her head, all of this stuff. And in her mind, like, she already mentally, like, getting heartbroken. It's just like, this supposed to be my friend. Like, this really supposed to be my dude. I would never think that he would let something like this happen to me. And I think she was really hurt. I do. That what she was going through mentally, and what she learned about Khalil within that moment, I feel as if that's why you didn't hear an ow or anything like that when that girl was pounding on her, because the hurt she felt on the inside from Khalil, it just didn't compare. It just didn't compare, you know. Because that would hurt. Like, because I know how I feel about my best friend. And I love my best friend. Like, I would do anything for my best friend. So even to think about my best friend, like, betraying me in any type of way like that, it hurts me just to think about it. So to really go through it and look at that girl and just be like, these are supposed to be her friends. Like, your friends doing you like this? Your best friend too? Like, and he a dude. Like, you a whole man. You could have easily broke up that fight. With ease. It wouldn't have took you nothing at all to break up that fight. But nobody broke it up because they wanted it to happen. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think she looking at Khalil like, you really not gonna do nothing? And he's just in that, you could at least fight back. Come on, Quilla. You could at least. She had to be hurt. Very hurt. So that's what I'm saying. Because I was thinking that, like, when I watched it, I'm like, well, with him sitting there, her best friend sitting there watching her, I feel like what's she going on internally, like, for what he allowing all of this to happen. I mean, that sounds like it'll hurt way worse than somebody, like, I would rather that, you know, somebody like knock me back into reality, because is this happening to me right now? Like, is this my reality? Is this Khalil? Really? This where we have family? Like, you supposed to be my ace boom. And you let this happen to me? Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So I feel that that poor girl passed away with a broken heart. I believe he broke her heart right before she passed. Like, we supposed to be in crazy.
Because they knew I was on everybody's ass in there. From this, that, and that. Everybody there was feeling it. I don't care, bro. I just don't care. You don't do that on vacation. No, either party. Whatever happened from alcohol, from drinking too much, you enjoy yourself, bro. You be responsible. You be responsible in another country, in another man's place, bro. That is not our stomach grounds. Y'all know Brittany Griner is stuck in Russia. You gotta make a trade. Nobody trading for us. Nobody is fucking trading for me in Mexico. Why the fuck would I want to get stuck in Mexico? Idiots. Make it make sense. That was my first time out the country. I spent money on a passport. I spent money on clothes and all that to put myself in a murder. I'm going to take my birthday extended. I just turned 25. I can tell me happy birthday if y'all want. I'll celebrate my life with a murder. I just turned another age. I'm happy I'm still here. Come on, bro. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop, bro. Leave me alone. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do, research over there, but just leave me and my page alone. I wasn't bothering y'all. I really wasn't bothering y'all. I was enjoying myself. My life, with my little 500 followers. Let me go back to there. Y'all niggas tripping, bro. I got my grandma stressing, my mama and them stressing. I got security at the house. Nigga, like, stop playing. Y'all niggas is doing too much. I'm out of here, nigga. Y'all think I'm responsible for it.
But wait, there's more. Let's go on to Twitter and get his account of what happened. Let's do that. I'm sure it's on here. It's always somewhere with the top. I'm sure it's on here somewhere. Oh, I saw this. I don't even know if I should post that. Because I feel like people are going to be saying that I'm shady, but Gerald from the NCB, they over here dropping tea. On Gerald. They're putting up text messages and Gerald, I saw that threat. I was like, ooh, Gerald is threatening the girls. I say, ooh, not threatening the girls. But yes, let's get into this. I'm sure it's coming. What's going on? Photo? Sorry. Where is it? Okay, I'm gonna find it because I don't have time for this. But yes, so I saw some information about Gerald. And Gerald, from what I saw, that was you. I was just like, wow, are you really threatening people? I guess it was a hairstylist. And he told the hairstylist if they want to work in this town again, then they better move around. I was like, what? So yeah, I don't know, but I'm not gonna post it because I don't have a problem with him. But yeah, I'm just letting it just in case he ain't know. It was this girl out there. She filed a police report. She called the police. She has the recording of the police there, telling the police about you and all of it. I watched it all because I'm nosy. So I watched it all. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even gonna hold you. I definitely watched every piece of it, and it was tea. But again, I don't know why. What is it? Is it just like not want to pop up anymore, or what? It was just everywhere. Hold on one second. Let me look at the likes anyway. Oh my god! Because I could have been looking this whole time from here. Let me go get Michael Cousin. Like the video.
I'm doing a
like the video.
How we gonna support that? Here's the thing: we gonna support you if we don't know?
And you got that Jackson blood in you. Michael would have hit it.
Michael would have asked Michael.
Janet would hit it anytime.
I didn't want to put.
Come on now, you got that Jackson blood.
Oh my God! You been mentioning that child's name.
I wish I was a Jackson. I sing anytime they ask me. Come on now.
Let me try. I mean, my throat is not together.
That's all right.
Try, no weapon formed against me, no, shall prosper. Now, it won't work. He will do what he said he would do. He will stand by your side. He will come through. So don't be afraid of your enemy. He'll hold you through the day.
Uh-oh. Wait, I just heard Michael come out.
Me too. I heard Michael too. All y'all gotta do is like the video. That's all y'all gotta do. That is all y'all gotta do. See, I be threatening y'all. I'm just gonna go get her. I'm just gonna go get her. I'm just gonna go and get her. Let me pull this up. So, do they have the video here with him responding to, because they said he was, I guess, allegedly threatening to take his own life, Nazeer? Because he always coming for responding to something. Like for somebody that's supposed to be quiet, you talk a lot. For someone that's supposed to be being quiet there, good sir. So he's talking about his grandma stressing. He's talking about y'all stressing his grandmama out. We don't care that we stressing out your grandmama and your mama. And we don't care. We don't care. We don't care. They need to be stressed out. They need to be stressed out. Oh, well, you need to be stressed out too. So, yeah, we don't care about nothing about your family being stressed out. Here you go sitting here eating with them. This is Nazeer. I hate eating with his family that he about to be incarcerated and taken away from. So yeah, we don't care. We don't care. Tell your grandma to get them wigs together. We don't care. Oh my goodness. Like we don't care. She need to be stressed out about that wig. But the shout out to her for giving birth to somebody that gave birth to a heathen. So yeah, we don't care that your family's upset, that they're stressed out, that they stressed out. So, is that him? No, that's not him. That was a cloud chaser. But yeah, it should be on here somewhere. Right here. Let's listen to his account.
I say that in the video. Everybody can hear it. Everybody knows. Everybody that know me heard me say this shit. That was my first video when I got there. Or second, because I made a video of he pulling up to the villa. But he was cutting up the guy. I'll get the timestamp for y'all, but that's not gonna work. So I guess the real FBI, whatever, had to put those right timelines together. But I'm gonna start with the NCB. That faggot is so stupid and got y'all believing everything that's wrong. I was not there till the next day. I didn't see a fight. I didn't know it was a fight. I didn't know it was a video. I didn't know they did any harm, anything. I went in there and told her it was alcohol poisoning, so that's what I helped her as.
That's what I helped her as. Shut up. That's how you. He said that when he got there, they told him it was alcohol poisoning. Okay. Now again, he didn't see the fight. He wasn't there, so he didn't see it. You know, like, but him not knowing about it, I don't know. I feel like he knew about it in some way, shape, or form. I feel like he knew about it. Even if somebody like sent him a text, you know, or something like that, because he was flying. So maybe somebody didn't call him. Maybe somebody just texted him and was just like, "Ooh, they fighting," you know, blah, blah, they got into it, you know, or this happened, blah, blah, blah. But if they had already premeditated it, then I feel like, again, he already knew. Like, you knew something was up. You definitely did. So stop trying to make it seem like, oh, I knew nothing. Yes, you did. Like, girl.
So I helped her out. I didn't leave her side. I cut on soft music. Summer Walker rubbing her head till the nurse came in. Nobody even talked about the nurse. Nobody even said a nurse came. none of this stuff. So I'm really not understanding.
He's saying nobody, but nobody's talking. You're the only one out of the 6 that is talking. So you got to give him a chance to lie like you. You got to give him a chance to lie with you. So he said that he stayed by her side. He didn't leave her side until the nurses got there, right? So that means from noon, because at noon, allegedly, is when the cleaning team or cleaning the maids or whatever came and cleaned the Airbnb. That is when they found her, around noon. Okay? And went and alerted the friends that the Cabo 6, that she was, well, the Cabo 5, because he allegedly wasn't there yet. And alerted them that, she was slumped over. Well, I guess I don't know what the lady said. I don't know if she said that her body was hardened, or if she just said that, hey, your friend's sick, or there's something wrong with your friend. I don't know. But they were alerted. So that means from noon to 2:00, almost 2:30, they just let her sit there. Okay. Now he's alleging that he didn't get there till around that time. I don't believe his time frame. I do believe he got there sometime after 2:30, maybe 2:30. 2:30, 3:00. I believe that, but he's talking about some 3:30, 4:00. No, he wasn't. No, he was there before that. So I do believe that he was there between like 2 and 3:00 is when he probably arrived to the B&B, because you got to give him time to get off the flight. Then he get off the flight. Then he got to go get his luggage. Then after he go get his luggage, then he got to go get in the court if he has one already. And then you got to be dropped off. And that stuff takes time. Like that stuff takes time. So it's not like he pulled the plane got there at 12:30 and he should have been there by 1:00. Like, like it don't work like that. You got to wait to get off the plane. Then after you get off the plane, you got to go get your stuff all. If you have something that needs to be checked, but you just gotta overhead. It's not that big deal, but it still takes time to get off of your flight. So again, use the bathroom if you wanted to, whatever. Who knows? Okay, so you have to factor that time in, as well as him getting there. So I believe between like 2 and 3:00, he made it to the villa. Now, with him going to the villa, inside of the villa, he said that the girl was unresponsive the whole time. Okay. So you knew right then and there that somebody had been lying to you, because her body was definitely going through rigor mortis at that point. If at noon, the maids said that her body was hard to the touch. So at noon, because when somebody is alive, we're squishy. We're squishy. Okay. When a person rigor mortis, the body hardens. Okay. So the body starts to get real stiff. All right. No matter what position that it is in, it's going to harden in that position. Right. So when she probably went to try to wake her up and be like, hey, I'm sure it scared her, because that is a scary thing. To touch someone that is deceased, thinking they're alive. That's a scary feeling and an eerie feeling if you're not used to it, right? So I'm sure that alarmed her, because if she's saying hard to touch, that means she wasn't alive. She clearly was not. So they still let her sit there 4 hours. They had to, for at least 2 hours, 2.5 hours, because they allegedly found her body. The maids found her allegedly at noon, around that time, and the doctor wasn't called until 2:13, and she didn't arrive until around between the hour of 3:13 and 3:38. I believe 3:13 and 3:38, something like that. So between 3 and 3:30, more so after 3:30. 3:13, between 3:13 and 3:38 is from what I read. So I want to keep it factual. It's okay. I don't want to make anything up. So she had been gone. And the doctor and the report stated that Shanquella had a short seize. She had a seizure, but it was short-lived. And After the seizure is when the friend Winter panicked and called 911. And why it was a panic is because the doctor had allegedly requested that they get her to a hospital, and they refused and said that take care of her here. Okay. So that's why it was a panic call, because they never wanted her to go to the hospital in the first place. Okay. And for some reason, this doctor obliged them and listened when they said to care for her here. I don't know. That's what's fuzzy. We don't know, but she apparently listened to them when they said no hospital. She agreed. So with the seizure, Nazeer, within these little videos right here we're about to listen to, he never states anything about her going through a seizure. He never stated anything about that. I do believe at one point he said that she has something on the side of her mouth that looked like she seized. But if that's the case, then that means that she did it before he got there. That means that it happened before he got there. Absolutely. Is what is given. It didn't happen after he got there, which will make sense of the doctor adding a seizure in the report. I don't think that she had a seizure at all in front of the doctor. I think she had a seizure after the injury. If she had a seizure, well, because that is a common thing. The doctor says she had a seizure, and I believe Nazeer stated a little piece of it looked like she had, whatnot. But didn't state it as being like chunky or anything like that. So it more so seemed as if it was, when you foam at the mouth from seizing, when the body's going through convulsions. So I believe that happened after the injury. I don't know when. I'm not a doctor, nothing like that. But I think it happened after. Rather, it was before her passing, between the 15 minutes she stayed alive. It could have happened right away, or it could have happened towards the end of her trying to fight to breathe and live and whatnot. She could have seized within that moment or went to a convulsion before passing. I have no idea. But the doctor saw signs of a seizure, so she added it in there, is how I feel. Like, well, at some point she seized. So I don't know how long, but that happened. So since because doctors can tell, those things. So I do think, that she lied, that doctor. I do. I think the doctor lied. And I think that Nazeer did too. I think Nazeer, you lied as well. But let's keep listening.
So we made it to the living room. I cut on some soft music, sitting with her, rubbing her head, just chilling, waiting till the nurse came, because that's what I was informed that was happening. At first, I was told that it was a male coming, and then a female showed up. So by that time, I skipped another thing. Quilla wasn't found dead. She wasn't found dead. The maids found her slumped over the toilet in her room.
Thank you, V-Love.
That's what they did find her, slumped over her toilet in her room. That's what I was told.
So the maids found her. That's been consistent, okay? Because it was not stated that a friend found her or anything like that, even in the police report. So I'm just trying to line up what lines up. So he stated that she was still alive, but the maids found her, okay? Not found her passed away. And again, he said, that's what I was told. They are liars. So why would they tell him that, yeah, she was already gone? No, they made him believe that the girl was just unconscious. And the whole time she was deceased. I do feel that way. I think they lied to him and made him feel like she was still alive. Like, yeah, she just real messed up. She got so she ain't feeling good. So she just been passed out sleep. I feel like that's what they said. I do. I feel like they lied and tried to make it seem as if she was still living, because they didn't want to be the ones to declare anything about her passing status or anything like that. That's why they called a doctor in the first place. Like they knew she was gone. I don't feel like they called a doctor because they thought that Shanquella needed medical help. I feel like they called a doctor because they needed somebody else to claim her. Like they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to be the ones to be like, she passed away or this or that. Like they didn't want that. I really don't feel that way. I don't. I don't believe that that doctor felt a faint heartbeat when she got there. I don't believe that Shanquella had stable vitals when she arrived. I don't believe none of that. I believe Shanquella was deceased when that doctor got there. And she's going to have to prove otherwise, not me. She's going to have to do that because the autopsy report completely conflicts her police report. So, yeah, she got to prove that. She has to prove why that IV didn't take. Why didn't the IV take? Is it because she was deceased? Like, yeah, we're going to need you to prove all of that, sweetie. Like, yeah, why didn't the IV take? If you swore up and down that it was alcohol and that's what you were treating her for, alcohol poisoning, then why after that IV did not take, you did not respond accordingly? Meaning by as soon as you got there and noticed that when you ran her vitals and saw that she was deceased, you should have called the police immediately. You should have called for medical assistance immediately. There's nothing else that you could do. You shouldn't have touched that girl. There was no reason for you to when you got there. Like, girl, I don't know if she was just scared or all of them being there, all 6 of them. I don't know. Maybe they scared her. I don't know. Intimidated her. I don't know. I have no idea. But I don't get it. I don't understand why you did, because she should have pronounced her as soon as she got there. There was no way Shanquella was still alive. There was not. Now, did Shanquella pass away at noon? At 2:30 and whatnot? I don't think so. I think Shanquella passed before that. I think Shanquella passed sometime before the afternoon, honestly. I think Shanquella probably passed away between, like was said originally, between 7 and noon. 7 o'clock in the morning and noon. I think that's when she actually passed away. I don't think it was at 2:30. No. I think she had already been gone. Because again, rigor mortis does take time to set in. So if she had just literally passed away when Nazeer had got there, she wouldn't have been hard to the touch. Not that quickly. Just in my opinion. She wouldn't have been hard to the touch. Not that fast. But passing away before noon or around noon, and then him coming around 2, 3 o'clock, I could see it setting in. I could see, but if the nurses touched her again at noon and she was hard to the touch, I believe that's why I say I think it was before noon. I think that she passed away then, sometime in the morning is when she passed away, is how I feel, in my opinion. I believe Shanquella had been gone since maybe 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. And they were scrambling. I do. I feel like they were scrambling, especially after she had a seizure. I think that they thought maybe she had the seizure right away. And they thought she passed away after the seizure, but she was still actually breathing. So took her body and placed it over because Nazeer said when he got there was a lot of towels everywhere. I think that maybe they put on towels to dry her body. Whatnot, because they weren't trying to maybe put their DNA on her. I don't know, but why are these towels everywhere? Because nobody went swimming. Nobody got in the pool. So why are there towels everywhere? In this post, hold on, because he's about to say it in this video, but just so I can read it really quick because it's faster. I think it's right up here at the top. Right here. In the written of what he said, because this is just written down what he said. He said, Nazeer says he got there at 3:26 p.m. There was tiles, which means towels, on the wall all over the floor. So, because at first I'm like, was he talking about tiles? decorative? Because what? That doesn't even make sense. I'm like, that makes no sense. So I think he's talking about like tile, like saying tiles like towels is what I'm assuming. Because tiles, like decorative tiles. Yeah, he did. I see that, right, ceramic, but it's like, why would there be ceramic tiles on the floor? Like, I don't get that. Like, that's what I'm like, is he talking about like towels? Not tiles, tiles. Okay, so like broken tiles? Was it like broken? I think they meant towels. I don't know. They say he meant like literal tiles is what they saying. Because some people say tile instead of towel. You know, it's like a country thing. And it's like they also say several instead of seven. You know, it's just like a bath towels is what. Because some people say tiles. Go get them tiles off the floor. Like I have family that speaks that way. But I know what a tile is too, like decorative, like that are in walls, floors. I get that. So I'm just like, well, what? And because with him bringing that up, it's like, were they broken? Like, I don't get it. I didn't get that. So I'm like, so is he talking about like towels? Because I don't get it. Mexico have tiles on the floor. They do, but okay, we just gonna move on because I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm like, is he saying like towels or because like what towels on the floor? Like, what does that have to do with anything? Like were they broken? Like, did somebody get thrown against the wall, or some tiles broke, so they were like all over the floor?
Cooking. So
shut up.
cooking.
Shut up. So there's like, was there like tiles all over the floor? Because they were like, what does that have to do with anything? I didn't get that. I didn't understand that. Same focus that I'm thinking he said towels. That's what I was thinking too, because I'm like, okay, I can see towels being all over the floor. And that why I mentioned them, I get it. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Yeah. So, but yeah, but we're gonna move on from that. So let's finish listening to this video.
So we made it to the living room. I cut on some soft music, sitting with her, rubbing her head, just chilling, waiting till the nurse came, because that's what I was informed that was happening. At first, I was told that it was a male coming, and then a female showed up. So by that time, I skipped another thing. Quilla wasn't found dead. She wasn't found dead. The maids found her slumped over the toilet in her room. That's what they did find her, slumped over.
Again, trying to protect yourself. Even if they found her, the maids found her slumped over on the toilet, was she responsive at any point? You're saying that she was alive, yet she was unresponsive the entire time you've seen her. The entire time. So if she's like this now, you don't think she was like this with the maids? This is the unresponsive. You saw the unresponsive, meaning deceased. You saw it with your own eyes. So if these nurses found what you see, this is alarming. That would scare me, because I'd be like, okay, well, did the nurses find? When the cleaners found her, was she like talking? Was she responding then? Or anything? Because to me, I just feel like it's weird that this girl sitting there unresponsive and you not noticing that she passed away. Because how you playing Summer Walker and rubbing her head and all of that, her chest ain't going up and down. She ain't talking. She ain't moved. She ain't said hello, none of that stuff. But you feel like, what you rubbing on her for and all of that stuff? Like, this not weird to you? Ain't none of this weird. You known this girl for 9 years. So when you see her, you don't think that she's going to speak? None of this is alarming to you. The her not talking is what gets me. So he may not have known exactly what happened to her, but you knew something was wrong. You knew something was wrong. This girl, nothing is coming from her. And ain't nobody around her. Why ain't nobody in here with her if she's just sick? Y'all hiding away from her, like y'all see it's like a ghost in there or something to y'all. Like, why y'all not in here? He said he didn't separate from her. He didn't leave her side. Allegedly, he didn't say nothing about nobody else being around. He didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing else about. Not from what I gather. It was just him. So that's not suspect to you too? Weird. Weird.
Over her toilet in her room. That's what I was told. Quilla was not dead when I got there. Yeah, boom. Okay, so when I get in there, I go in, I see Quilla, I see she chilling, I put her on her side. I go out and make that.
See, y'all saying another lie. I don't feel like he lied right there. And this is another thing for why I knew he knew something. He said, I see Quilla. I put her on her side. Why are you moving her? Is she alive and she's responsive? Because that's what alive people do, respond. Why are you moving her? You said you put her on her side. What you put her on her side for? She ain't no baby. She's not a baby. You put her on her side for what? Do you move her any other time you see her? Out of these whole 9 years, when have you had to move her at all? Hurry up. So you don't find that weird? You didn't find that a reason to call the police or anything like that? She ain't talking, not moving, not breathing, not none of that. She was gone when he got there. You can't convince me anything of the other. And this is proof. With him saying, I put her on her side. Put her on her side for what? What are you moving her for? If she's alive, just all you have to do is wake her up. Hey, you need to lay on your side. Yeah, come on, look, lay on your side. You ain't say nothing about her like move, like because most people that's drunk, intoxicated, they don't want to be touched and feel like, ooh, leave me alone. I'm comfortable. That's how I fell asleep. Leave me alone. You know, like she just let you move her. Not a word. She still ain't said hello to you or nothing. But you ain't here playing music and rubbing heads. Why? But okay. All right. All righty.
That video where I'm talking about I'm here, that I Quilla get up. I'm thinking like, damn, we got stuff to do. ATVs, a boat, dinner. I missed the chefs. I missed everything. So I'm like, damn, I'm thinking, Quilla, let's get up. I was cooking.
You keep telling her to get up and she does not get up. You telling her to get up because you were told she's alive in here. She just got alcohol poisoning. So you coming in here treating her like she's drunk. That's why I said I do believe that they lied to him. I do. I do believe that when he got there, he was treating her like she was drunk. He was. Because that's what, why would he think anything else? Like, okay, girl, you drunk, but I'm gonna need you to get up and, you know, get that stuff out of your system, whether you need to throw up, whatever you need to do, because we got a lot of stuff to do, so get up. You know, like, well, you still asleep, but get up, girl. You know, type of situation. So at some point within that time, you had to have noticed that she was not going to get up because you moved her. So with you moving her, that you let me know that you already knew something was wrong with her. You already knew. Because you moved her. I'm not, and she did not say anything. She still did not respond.
That's it, but I didn't really go in there like, damn, y'all jumped her, y'all beat her ass, what's going on? Like, cause they know, and nobody even told me about nothing. I was blind to everything. I'm literally in there giving her my all. Like, come on, girl, we was 2,000 miles away from home. 2,000 miles away from home. Don't nobody deserve this.
Honestly, when I think he's saying that he was giving her all, because like I said, I don't want to just throw things on to people. I think that when he's saying giving her all, he was doing everything in his power to wake her up and she would not wake up. I think he tried to sit her up, you know, all of the, you know how you do, like, because I'm the type of person that's gonna freak out. Like if I come in a room and I see like, you know, I done kicked it with like the plainest Jane. Shout out to my girl, the plainest Jane, and I'm kicking it with her, and we chilling, we go out drinking and whatnot. I go in her room, you know, the next day to check on her, be like, hey girl, you know, what? And she ain't really moving. You know what, nothing like that. I'm gonna be like, no, girl, I'm gonna need you to wake up. I'm calling, girl, I'm about to call the police. You better not have nothing here. You're not supposed to have her. I'm gonna call the police. Because no, I'm gonna be scared. I would freak out. The only thing I would do, 911 immediately. Like, I don't know what's wrong with her. She's not talking, she's not moving. I don't know if she's like breathing fully. I do see her chest is moving a little bit. There's a little movement, but y'all need to get here. I'm gonna check and keep checking on her. If she stops breathing, I'm gonna perform CPR, but get here as soon as possible. You know, is what I'm going to do. I'm not just gonna move her, and I'm like, for what? I'm not about to play her no music. I'm not about to rub her head. I'm not about to do none of that. I'm not about to do none of that. I'm gonna check her breathing, try to use her phone or whatever I can to try to get in contact with somebody that knows her family, a spouse, something. Like look, I don't know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. You know, like let them know what's up immediately. You know, so whatever happens after that, they know, hey, he called immediately. He told us what was up. You know, he didn't wait. You know, another, he told us because no, this is not the type of stuff that you play with. So again, him saying that I'm giving her my all of this, trying to get her up. She's not moving. She's not getting up. What does that tell you? Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, is he really that slow? Like, is he really that simple? That it's like, this girl is gone. But again, with somebody lying to you, why would you go in that room and think that? You know? But sense of touch will let you know. And if the people that came to clean that room stated that at noon, around that time, between noon and 1 o'clock or something like that, I believe, that her body was hard to the touch. When he got there, it was worse. It had been longer. Like the rigor mortis had another hour and a half, almost 2 hours to set in longer. So, I mean, and you keep saying that she didn't move. He never states her moving. Ever. Besides him stating in that lie, in this part of the lie, that I moved her on her side. He said that he put Shanquella on her side. So you had to move her. That means there's something that she cannot do on her own. Shout out to Chillaxin. She says, I think sitting her on her side shows he saw on the phone from her mouth. He knew something was major wrong. Again, that's why I feel like the doctor put in the report, because she did seize. But at that point in time, Chillaxin, the doctor wasn't there yet. The doctor wasn't there yet. So with him putting her on her side, why would he do that, but the roommates not? I mean, the other friends not. They just leaving her in the room with that on her face. They didn't want to touch her. It's what that shows signs to me. They did little to no touching of her. That's why I'm not too far from that. Maybe the maids put her in the bed. Maybe they did, because those people acted as if they didn't want to touch her. I'm telling you, it's what that is given, because with the foam of vomit being on the side of her face, because he did say that she looked like she had, you know, a vomit and whatnot. With that being said, because nobody else put her on her side, but with that being said, the doctor wasn't there yet, because he said that he was waiting for the doctor. So the doctor was, so that means she had already done it. That whatever seizure, at whatever moment in time that Shanquella had the seizure, that it was before the doctor got there, because he said that he was waiting for him or her. So if the doctor would have came in and seen that that was happening, that's what a doctor would do as well, move the person onto their side, you know, and whatnot. But that's usually with reaction. So if a person has vomit on the side of their face and they are breathing, then yeah, you're going to want to put them on their side. But most people usually are coughing and things like that if they've thrown up, you know, especially in bed, because I mean, you got to sit up, you know, to get it all out type of situation. So again, with the doctor getting there, the doctor would have done the same thing, move the person to the side, but she wasn't alive. So there was no reason for the doctor to come in and put her on her side. For what? She's gone. There's no reason for that. So with Nazeer putting her on her side as well, she was gone. and he didn't realize. So he putting her over to the side as if like, oh, you know, you look like, okay, I don't want her to choke. So, you know, let me. So when he's saying that he went in the room and do what you do for a person that is going through that, that is the only thing that he stated that you do with a person that's going through alcohol poisoning. Okay, you may want to make sure that they land on their side just in case they need to regurgitate. But other than that, again, she didn't move. It's not like she was coughing when he came in the room, you know, or anything like that. Oh, let me put her on her side, you know, or anything like that. So I think that he had no idea. I think he went in that room thinking that Shanquella was alive. And he treated her as if she was alive, is how I feel. That's how I feel. I feel he did not go in there to someone he thought that had passed away. And sometimes, like when your adrenaline's pumping and you're excited to see people and stuff like that, some factors you can overlook, you know. And I think when him being a little on a slower side, shout out to Goldilocks for becoming a member, with him being a little bit on a you know, little bus side, I just think he overlooked a lot when he came into the room. But what he's not going to convince me of is that he didn't know within some point. He figured it out. He figured it out while he was sitting there that something was wrong. He can't convince me otherwise. You, at some point, you were sitting there, Nazeer, and you realized that she was gone. And I think that that's what freaked you out. I think if anybody got freaked out, it was Nazeer, because Nazeer he was in the dark, like, yo, I don't think she's alive. You know, I'm telling you, he knew. He knew.
Yeah, 50 more questions. Bro, why is y'all talking about boys that y'all kill y'all friend? I wasn't there. I don't have those answers for you from Friday to 3 o'clock when I got to Cabo. I just don't have them answers. I posted my flight itinerary. When I got there, I can't make that up. I can't. I really don't know what else to do but show y'all fucking the real tickets if I could even find them when I landed and didn't land. But I could post the video. I could show the video. It's gonna show the timestamps because it's in my archive. I got there at 3-something p.m. I mean, that's it. But I didn't really go in there like, damn, y'all jumped her, y'all beat her ass. What's going on? Like, cause they know, man, and nobody even told me about nothing. I was blind to everything. I'm literally in there giving her my all. Like, come on, girl.
Again, I don't believe everything he's saying, but I do believe that they blindsided him. I do believe that they set him up. They sent him in that room and they let him throw himself underneath the bus by being in there, putting his DNA all over that girl, you know, and whatnot, and him having no idea. I do feel that way. I do. But let's get into because the whole interview is like, what interview? His whole IG is written down. So let's go back up to the top. And let's collect information. Because I'm still stuck on the tiles. I'm still stuck on that, but we're gonna move on from the tiles. And just read the whole report, and we're going to compare it to the police report before we get out of here. Come on now. Nazeer Wiggins. Loser. Okay, right here. So now let's get into this. So Nazeer says he got there at 3:26 p.m. There was tiles on the wall all over the floor, whatever that means. When I got there, they told me that Quella was not feeling good. Quella was on the couch in the game room. So then they was talking about cooking. We went in the living room. Okay. So he says when he got there that Quella was on the couch in the game room. Okay. Is where Shanquella was. So clearly she was placed there. Okay. How did she get to the couch is the question. Okay. So then they was talking about cooking we went in the living room. Okay. They could have been talking about cooking. I mean, it's been a long day for these murderers. So they could have been talking about cooking and making some food, you know, something like that. This is the next day. This is on Saturday. They have to chef on Friday. So again, and I think that, you know, that's very plausible to where they wanted to get as far away from her as possible. As you see, he said that they started talking about food and went into the living room, meaning they left the game room. So they don't want to be around her. They don't want to be around her at all, is what this is giving. So he says, so we made it to the living room. So I cut on some soft music. This is still in the living room with Shanquella on the couch, and rubbed her on her head and sat with her, just chilling, waiting till the nurse that comes, what I was informed. Okay. So they say he was just sitting there chilling with Shanquella, rubbing on her and all of that, waiting for the nurse. Okay. Nurse man, because he said it was man. But then a female showed up. Quella wasn't found dead. She was found by the maids and slumped over the toilet in her room. That's what I was told. Quella was not gone when I got there. That's where they did find her, in her room. Okay. That's what I was told. So he says that he was told that Quella was found by the maids, in her room, but the bathroom. So the bathroom of Quella's room is where the maids found her. Okay. So again, how she got from there to from the toilet to her bedroom, to the bed, and then from the bed to this couch, and then he comes, I don't know. Okay. I don't know. But his story is conflicting. It's all over the place. I mean, it honestly really is. It is, because he keeps backtracking, because then he'd be like, oh, I skipped this part. It's just like, my God, like, it's too much. It's too much. But somebody said this is a sticker. Who is it? Shout out to T Enox. Can I find it? I'll be feeling bad. Yes, there it is. Boom. Shout out to you for the super sticker. Thank you so much. The only Latino, shout out to you for the super sticker. Thank you. She says, I believe him. He got game busted by them. They convinced him to play along. He should have came to his senses and walked out, take a plane home, and contact the feds. He jeopardized his own life for those punks. No, I agree. I think that he didn't know what was going on right away, but then he figured it out. And when he figured out what was going on, instead of going to the proper channels and whatnot and trying to fix that situation, even if he didn't when he got back here to America, because I couldn't even respect that, you know, and just been like, look, I was across the border, like I was scared, I know what's going on, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that, but this what happened. You know, I don't know. I just want to I got to get this off my chest. He could have did something like that. He didn't even do that. So it's just like, no, you just sat there. Then none of y'all think y'all was going to get caught. That's just how I feel. And the reason I feel that way is because if they lied to you and told you that girl was alive, and then you found out within some point that she was not alive, why would you think that it was alcohol poisoning? Because instantly, I'm going to think that everything is a lie. Y'all told me that she's alive. She's clearly not alive. From what I'm getting, she's not here anymore. What happened to her? I'm instantly going to feel that way. Like, what happened to her? It couldn't have been alcohol poisoning. Because if it was alcohol poisoning, we would be at the hospital. If anything. I could see y'all not even being at the hospital with her. Y'all want to enjoy your time. So, you know, if anything, if this was alcohol related, she would be at the hospital. Is how I would feel. Because that's innocent. That happens, you know. But what happened to her is not innocent. That's not innocent. Somebody's going down for this. Somebody's going to be in a lot of trouble if they find out what happened. And again, they were in another country. So they weren't trying to get caught. They didn't want that known at all. They were going to do whatever they could to hide that information. And one thing I'm going to say about the doctor, I still don't feel that the doctor knew why Shanquella passed away looking at her. I don't feel that way because, again, it's all internal. So there was not anything necessary on Shanquella to show that she passed away from something else. She wasn't losing blood, or anything like that. There was no major injuries, and whatnot. So I could see that. I could see them pulling the wool, but you coming and checking vitals and stuff like that gives you enough wear and thought to know when you're supposed to get this girl to the hospital. And you knew it should have been done immediately, like right away, because she was gone when you got there. She was not alive. And that's why she's, I feel, being investigated, because she can't prove that. There's no way you can prove that Shanquella Robinson lived after 3 o'clock Mexico time. There's no way of proving it. You cannot make her alive after 3 p.m. It definitely happened before. And I think that that is what the autopsy is stating. I think that the autopsy is saying, because it's just an estimate. It's not like, I know for a fact it was at this time. No, it's an estimate. And I believe since the autopsy could not necessarily estimate or verify when she actually passed away, I mean, the injury happened. I feel like that estimated to the time to where she definitely, her body was going through set things, which is the dying process. When certain things happen to the body, it happens at a certain point, at a certain time. And due to how much of and whatnot, they go by that. So yeah, I believe the autopsy is stating that she definitely did not live after 3 p.m. That around that time, for a fact, she wasn't on this earth no more, because this pretty much set into place within this time frame. It's what it's giving, but she definitely could have passed away at another time. That's not, and the autopsy, I do believe, was going off of, partially going off of the police report. I mean, not the police report, the statement given about the alcohol poisoning, and whatnot. So that's how they were backtracking it, is how I looked at with like the death certificate and stuff, and then did an actual autopsy to see that alcohol was not related situation. So yeah, that again, will we know? I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea how they would figure that out now, since that autopsy seems pretty set in stone. I don't know how we will figure out her actual timing of passing, besides the people telling the truth. The Cabo 6 coming forward and stating when, what happened, at what time, and whatnot. One of them came forward and said, hey, the incident happened at this time, and by this time, this is when she was doing this. And then they can go from there and figure it out as well. That could be helpful. But other than that, that autopsy not changing, especially the way she passed. The injury, the spinal cord injury, that ain't going nowhere. That's the truth. That's what happened. But again, I do think that it is a bizarre story. Yeah, very, very bizarre. Very bizarre. Only because usually with stories like this, we have more facts. And it's just like, we having to go off of pure speculation. I feel that makes. Do you think the family will exhume her body? Possibly. If it comes down to it, I think that Salamandra and Bernard will do anything. I think they'll do anything. In my mind, how they set up, they would do whatever they got to do to get Shanquella justice, is how I'm looking at it. So if exhuming her body will give them different answers, they just may. And then again, that autopsy, not to say anything like negative towards Mexico, but it was done in Mexico. So, and I don't even know if a toxology report was done. I have no idea if that was even done. I don't know. But I know the autopsy was. So they can definitely do it. And with all of that GoFundMe money and stuff like that, they have the funds. So they got the money. What they raised, like over $340,000 or something like that. So I'm sure if they have to, if that helps this case, I think they will. I would. So but yeah, but let's keep going. So Okay, where was we at? Okay, okay, just rubber. The nurse came confirmed what happened. First time man was came. Okay, but then the female showed up. Quella wasn't found. That passed away. She was found passed. She wasn't found passed away. She was found by the maid slumped over the toilet in her room. That's what I was told. Quella was not passed away when I got there. That's where they did find her in her room. Again, that's what I was told. So am I reading this over and over? No, that's what he's saying over and over. Okay, so then there, boom, he says. I go up and make that video, which I don't okay. I say in the video, it was my second video. I did a whole video while I was pulling up to the villa. That's when I helped her ass. Did he said it like that? He said that. He said that. I thought he said that's when I helped her. I don't know. He said ass. He said that, y'all. Oh my goodness. Rude. Like, are you not talking about your deceased friend? Somebody you care so much about? Then I helped her. Like, I did not know he said that. Oh my goodness. Wow. Why y'all ain't tell me that? I would have been cussed him out. Oh my word. I did not know that. That is crazy. I did not know he said that. Why lock him up? Throw away the key. I heard this saying, why you ain't tell me NDNDD? Shanta, why you didn't tell me, girl? I did not know he said that. It's like, wow, for somebody to be sitting here acting like you got so much love for this girl. That's when I helped her. Like, you have an attitude? Was it a problem that you helped her? Like, did you not want to help her? Or like what? Like, that's crazy. But let me keep reading. I did not know he said that. Wow. You got your nerve. So okay. So right, that's what I helped her at. Wow. I went there to enjoy my birthday. I tried to get her to talk to me, but she was unresponsive. Again. I tried to get her to talk to me. It was none of that going on. Okay. So when he said he tried to get Shanquella to talk to me, she wasn't talking at all. So talking was not an option, which is weird because the doctor said that Shanquella was mumbling, saying inaudible words. He said she wasn't talking at all. That was a no-go. That was a no-go. The doctor, Carolina, the one who came to the scene, she said that Shanquella was trying to speak. Let me pull up what she said. Hold on. Let me pull up what she said. Hold on, make sure I still got it. She said that Shanquella was trying to talk to her. That Shanquella was trying to talk. Let's get into it. Right here, doctor tried to revive to her, Shanquella. Okay, let's get into it. Hold on. Okay, doctor said Robinson, who she was told had drunk a lot of alcohol, had stable vital signs, but was dehydrated and unable to talk, the paper reported. I'm just saying that because they said that she was trying to talk. Because again, right here, her saying she had vital, my fault, that her vitals were stable. How is her vitals stable? Like, this whole thing is a lie. But anyways, let's keep reading. So, okay. So, after about an hour, Robinson suffered a brief seizure, states the police report cited by the paper. At about 4:20 p.m., the patient's friend, Winter Donovan, called 911 to request an ambulance, the document says. In the meantime, the patient presented with difficulty breathing and a lowered pulse. Okay. So she was saying that Shanquella was struggling to breathe. There was at no point did Nazeer state anything about Shanquella breathing at all. about her having shortness of breath or just struggling to breathe at all. Nothing. He just said that she was just there, pretty much. That she was just there, unresponsive. But then this doctor comes, and then all of a sudden she just breathes life into Shanquella. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. Because in the full report it says that she says that Shanquella could not speak, but was like muttering, like trying to talk, but couldn't get the words out, like pretty much. And she took it as her being intoxicated, because she, it was just a bunch of gibberish is what was coming out of her mouth. How? And she's not alive. That doesn't even make sense. Like, what is going on here? What is going on here? What Nazeer stating, she didn't walk. He had to put her on her side. She was unresponsive. She would not speak. Nothing. She was just asleep, basically. Because a person unresponsive, that's what you're explaining. Somebody whose eyes are closed, somebody that's not moving, that's unresponsive. Even if a person they have brain damage and they're still moving, they may not be talking, but they may have their eyes rolling to the back of their head, things like that. That's not unresponsive. That's not, because they're moving everything. They're breathing, and all of that good stuff. Their heart is beating, and all of that. So now there's something wrong with them. There's some type of injury, maybe concussion, something like that going on, like when somebody gets hit in the head with something and they're trying to talk, but they can't speak, like they can't get words out. It's just, you got to get them to the hospital immediately, is what I thought they were saying, what the doctor was saying. It's like Shanquella was like up, but not alert, like there, but not mentally there. Like it was something else going on because she couldn't get her words out and stuff like that. Like meaning that she's breathing, because someone that's alive would be doing things like that. Because she stated an hour into her being there, that's when Shanquella had a seizure. You have to be alive to have a seizure. That's weird, because when Nazeer got there, she was unresponsive. Like that is, yeah, that is weird. That I don't get that. And for her to say that her vitals were stable when she got there, how? Because if her vitals were stable, the IV should have worked. There shouldn't have been any problem. She states that the IV didn't work. It didn't. The IV failed. Is what she said. Why? Like why? She didn't say why the IV failed. She just said it did. Probably because she was deceased. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard to give someone that's not living an IV. Like it goes in the vein, right? And I'm just like, yeah, that is mad weird. That is like weird. And I get in the chat too, there are different unresponsive, like to be considered unresponsive. Like if you're injured and you're not in your right mind and whatnot, so what you're saying out of your mouth, none of it makes sense. It's just gibberish, or you can't even form a sentence and whatnot. That means that you need to get to the hospital immediately. Like keep them talking, and all that stuff until you can get them to the hospital. They're responsive, but they're not responding. Too, they don't know who they are, they don't know who you are, things like that. Okay, we got to get you to the emergency room immediately, type of situation. It doesn't mean take that person home. I know you just got hit in your head, or I know you just fell down umpteen steps, or just got hit by a car, or something like that. But since you can still walk and stuff, although you don't know who I am and you can't even form a sentence, you don't even know who you are. Let's get you home and laid down. That's not what you do. There's protocol, and everybody knows. Doctor, immediately. Just get them to help right away. So if she's saying that Shanquella had stable vital signs, why wasn't Shanquella able to speak? I don't get that. Alcohol poisoning does not give you amnesia, or anything like that. It does. She should have been able to speak. How is she unresponsive with stable vitals? Like, this means that this is something else. That means that whatever your diagnosis is off. Something is off here. Is what that's given. It doesn't make sense. I'm like, how does that even make sense? After her death time, you're stating that she had stable vital signs. Like, how is that even possible? Like, how is that even possible? Like, this is crazy. Like, I don't get it. And like, that doesn't make any sense to me. And I don't see how this doctor feels like it makes sense. Like, it doesn't. Your police report, a contradiction. Walking, talking contradiction. Oh, she's talking. That's what's up. Is the doctor a real doctor? I believe she is a real doctor. She is. From what I gathered, I believe she's a newer doctor. So she has not been practicing for years and years and years. That is something that I do know. Now, I don't know about her schooling and how long her schooling was, and or anything like that. We different, so we set up different. School is different depending on what type of doctor you become. There's different time frames for I don't know. So, but I do know she's legit. I do know that she is a real doctor. She is real. Yes, she is a real doctor. Alcohol can cause trouble. Walking, swelling, correct. Yeah, but she wasn't having trouble walking. She wasn't moving. She was unresponsive. The death time must be wrong. It's an estimate. Agreed. Death times can be off because they're usually just estimates. Unless they get the body like right away, it's a little easier, I feel, to tell. But if she had already been sitting around for hours, passed away, and nobody did nothing, it's a little different. They get nothing. There's so much. Yeah, there is, absolutely. They wanted the maid to find her, but did not know the process of rigor. They put her in the bathroom. When you pass, you lose bodily fluid. Agreed. I do believe that they wanted somebody else to find her. I do. And I think that they didn't want to be bothered with it. And again, with them having her in the bathroom, it could have been because she did lose certain body fluids, because there's the last everything. If you're holding anything before you are deceased, while you're alive, you hold anything and you become deceased, it's coming out. It's coming out. Like, it just is what it is. And they pulled that girl out of bed. So most people, have to use the restroom when they first wake up. So, but yeah, anyway, like, beyond that, there are last things that go on. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's just crazy. Probably intimidated her. Maybe it's possible. She could have just been intimidated in general. It was just her. So, but I don't see them threatening her. They could have. I don't know. But she definitely could have. For sure. Okay, well, I love y'all. I have to get out of here. I'm at my 2-hour mark. We're actually over 2 hours. I will be back tomorrow. I may be doing an interview this week. I'm not sure, but I will let you guys know for sure tomorrow. But I love y'all. Again, as we always start and end our shows, justice for Shanquella Robinson. Thank you all for all of the super stickers and super chats and all that good stuff, and just being here, supporting us in general. I love you all so much. I really do. We will be back tomorrow to break down some other things. I'm getting a lot of tea literally as we speak right now. So we will be back tomorrow breaking down more. Yays. I gotta go, y'all. But we will be back tomorrow. So come chill with us tomorrow. We'll be back. I love y'all. So until the next show, thank you again for all of the support. Justice for Shanquella Robinson. Justice for the Robinson family. Until the next show, I love y'all. Bye.
Fresh, fresh, fresh. Fresh, flex, fresh, fresh.